What's going on, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you my review for Jurassic World Rebirth. Oh, yeah. Before I go any further, I need you guys to go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell, even if you have. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon is in the description. Go ahead, whatever you choose to donate. I promise it's gonna go towards making this channel better. I'm trying to do some things to make this even better for you all. Man, I have not gone, and I had to think about this because I think the last Jurassic Park, I'm just gonna include this in Jurassic Park because we know that's what it is. The last Jurassic Park movie I went to, I think it was that first Jurassic World movie. I'm trying to remember. This was back before I was doing reviews, even though I should have been doing reviews back then. Remember, kids, don't let anybody talk you out of doing something that you want to do. I digress. Went to this movie thinking to myself, okay, it's been a while since I've gone on one of these. And July has turned out to be like my movie month because there's Superman, James Gunn's Superman, and then there's Fantastic Four. I'm not any other movies I'm not watching this month, but I am watching this one. So, what is Jurassic World Rebirth? Well, Jurassic World Rebirth is apparently the standalone movie standalone sequel to Jurassic World Dominion. And I have not, excuse me, I haven't seen Dominion, but if I remember correctly, Dominion's where dinosaurs are everywhere now. The dinosaurs are all over the earth, and they're like in France and in other places. I think wasn't there a scene where there was like a feathered dinosaur that went in the water or something like that, which kind of makes me question that because how could it go inside icy waters? We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. But while this is the fourth Jurassic World movie, this is the seventh Jurassic Park movie overall. And if you give me a second, because of course I had to pull up the stuff on the side, right? The cast includes it. This is a good cast of people here. Scarlett Johansson as Zora Bennett, she's the lead. Technically the lead. There's Mahershala Ali, not Blade, who's playing Duncan Kincaid. More on that character in a minute, right? There's also Jonathan Bailey, who plays Dr. Henry Loomis. Then there's Rupert Friend, who's playing Martin Krebs, our bad guy. And the family people, I don't recognize any of those folks from anything. But there's the family people, and then there's the other three people. And we were definitely getting that. So, what is the plot here? The plot is, well, the man I told you about, Robert Friend, Martin Krebs, he is a pharmaceutical rep. He is he's getting together a team led by Zora, Scarlett Johansson. By the way, I'm just going to start calling people by their real names in here because I'm going to be straight up with you. I didn't pay attention to the names until, unless, it's the dad, Ruben calling his kids names, and then there's his daughter's boyfriend Xavier, only because they call their names. I barely paid attention to the famous people's names. It wasn't that they didn't act like whatever characters they were there to portray, because they did, but it's a Jurassic Park movie. I mean, let's keep it 100. When we watch any movie that has Jeff Goldblum in it, yeah, we know that's Dr. Ian Malcolm, but we also like, hey, that's Jeff Goldblum. Let's watch him Goldblum. Let's just keeping it real. But the pharmaceutical guy hires Zora. Zora gets her team together, but they're also bringing in the paleontologist who works at the museum. This is all in New York. With different motivations ranging from money to actually meeting a real life dinosaur. They're going off because they're going to use the three largest dinosaurs' DNA for pharmaceuticals, and the main pharmaceutical is for preventing coronary heart disease. And it's because they have the largest arteries, They have that these three dinosaurs were reported to have lived 100 years before they were brought to the modern era. And those three dinosaurs from land, air, and sea, which is okay, it's a cute trifecta. But those three dinosaurs are the mosasaur, first premiered in Jurassic World, the first movie. There is the titanosaur, which is the first time this thing is showing up here. And there is I believe the real name is called Quetzalcoatlus, but I always call it just Quetzalcoatl after like the mythical Mayan Aztec dragon / god Quetzalcoatl. But I believe it's called Quetzalcoatlus, which Quetzalcoatl, according to the research I did before I jumped on here to talk to y'all, that was in Jurassic World Dominion, I believe. They're large. Apparently they're the same size as the F-16. It has been with my own research because I like dinosaurs. But by the way, you like the dry bones? I don't own a Jurassic World shirt, and I didn't want to buy one because it looked plain. I'd rather just have a Jurassic Park shirt. So hit dry bones, get it. Dinosaurs, dead. Anyway, the research I do because I like dinosaurs. As a kid in grade school, for a project, which my mom worked on me with, I made a little book about dinosaurs, which explains why I really want to write a book. Anyhow, my research has always been questioned whether Quetzalcoatl, which is a massive pterosaur, if it could eat people. You're going to see that in this movie. By the way, if you haven't read the title, it's spoiler. This is spoilers. So I digress. They get this team. They got to go get the samples. But along the way, there's a family because, the one daughter, the oldest daughter, is it Isabel? Hold on. I got the names right here. It's not Isabel. It's, what's the annoying older daughter's name? Teresa. Teresa's going to NIU, and dad wants to do one hurrah. They're supposed to sail to Belize, which is crazy because it seems like they went off course. I'll talk about that in a sec. Just someone remind me. Thank you. Off course, right? So they get capsized. The Mercs get them, and off they go, and crazy stuff ensues. So, where are the dinosaurs, right? How come, dinosaurs are around? Well, in the blurbs, I also got to do the flashback. But in the blurbs, it did say 32 years ago. Matter of fact, I have notes. Don't even ask me how I make notes without actually looking at the phone either. It's a skill. 32 years since the return of dinosaurs, disease and climate change has killed those dinosaurs. So they were around the Earth, but they're not around the Earth anymore. And public interest has waned in them, right? Now, only dinosaurs exist on the equator line on these groups of islands. Certain groups of islands, that's where the dinosaurs live. And travel to these islands is forbidden, not just from America, from every government around the world, because if you go, you will die. Even Dr. Loomis explains the Earth is completely different than when the dinosaurs were first around. The oxygen levels are lower. The prey, even the insects are smaller. Everything is different. In the equator, the conditions are much more similar to what they would be used to. So that's why they kind of adapted and they're living there. Even the ones that are in the water, they don't go too far. They just stay right in there, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. Because is the equator really that hot? Has anybody who's watching this, you ever traveled to that equator line? Is it actually really that damn hot? I find that interesting, but they found a scientific way to explain it. What we see in the beginning of this movie that goes 17 years ago. I'm 37 at the current recording of this video. So I was like, oh, gee, gosh, Wilkers. I was 20. So back when I was 20, we see Engine, the guys who started all this crap. They're doing mutant dinosaurs. They're mixing things together. We even see a thing called the mutadon. Can't wait to talk about that cool ass thing, because where else could we go with this? The first movie, you know, you had Chris Pratt over here with the Blue and hey Blue, don't eat me, y'all. Haha, everybody's done. I remember the meme has been done to death, right? And then it was the second movie introduced like the bio dinosaur, because this was like Turok level dinosaurs with the eye beams and stuff, and you can see through them. They're trying to use them for war and whatnots. What is the other one? And the third movie was like they're everywhere. So here we have mutated dinosaurs, and we get that D-Rex scene. Do I have the D-Rex scene as one of my favorite scenes? No, but if you've seen the trailer, the D-Rex scene much more stretched out, and it's so funny because the guy who dies to the D-Rex, he brought it on himself, right? I'm just gonna let me break this scene down for y'all real quick. And if you're watching this review to decide whether or not you're gonna go to the movie theater, I hope me describing these scenes isn't too much of a spoiler. If you choose to still go after this, I say still go for a reason. So give me a second here. Like it's they've got suits on, they got keys, you know, they even do the kind of go 3, 2, 1. Him and his lady, they turn the keys, he gets in, but he fumbles and drops the key to pick up the key, and had like, I don't know if it was like a Snicker bar or something, because you know, product placement for these movies, right? But the rapper just so happens to swoops in, and you know, when this tight air seals just swoops in, the lady even goes, man, sometimes I'm tempted to kill this thing. Like sometimes I want to kill it, right? Just swoops in, and then he follows in. Then it gets sucked into the side, and it jams the door. And what's funny as hell to me is we get the computer, and I love. It's kind of like an old style looking computer. I don't know why I like how it kind of looks like the old computers, like in Aliens. I'm bringing up Aliens for a reason. How it looks like Aliens, right? And I found out something interesting too. But give me 2 seconds. And the door doesn't close all the way. A computer goes off. It's like contamination. Because I'm like, why is no one at this computer screen? Like there is in this movie, we see 3 instances of people not doing their damn jobs. This one here, Xavier being lazy as hell, not wanting to take his shift to drive the boat, and the French black man falling asleep at the helm before they get those people. 3 instances. Just one of these instances letting people getting killed. And you know, they're running from it, and one person run out. The D-Rex is loose. Get the out of here. We get out. Run. And I actually appreciated that. I was like, okay, cool. And they run. And then the doors are the secondary doors don't close, but the last one's closed. And the lady gets out her key, and the guy goes, come on. We go 3, 2, and just like in the trailer, you know, you see the D-Rex behind, like with the big ass head. And it's so funny because again, the memes, it looks like it was caressing the guy, and he's like, please open the door. She's like, I'm so sorry. And at the same time, I get it, right? Because I can't open this door. If I open this door, I'm gonna die too, and probably everybody else who's trying to get the hell out of here. So we see, and that is the thing, when these people die in here, save for one person, we kind of see how she dies, but save for one person, when we see the people die in here, we see them die. We see them eat shit. Because this dude, D-Rex, and apparently the D for D-Rex stands for Distortus Rex. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, in a big ass head. Whoop, I can see that. The directors for this, not the director, the writer for this film, funny enough, Nope, Mr. David Nope, he also wrote the sequel Lost World Jurassic Park, and he co-wrote the original Jurassic Park film, which is interesting because this feels like that first movie, right? I didn't see it in the theaters. I had it on VHS, as did I have the sequel, 2 and 3. Wish I could find those. But this feels like that type of movie. So years later, we get to know our characters, and we meet everybody and everything like this. And you kind of, and I know I put this in here. This movie does two things. One, after we get some of these people dead, it makes you care about these characters. It does, like the Xavier, right? Lazy, annoying, but he's stuck inside. The pops, as the boat's capsized, he's like, get the radio and everything. He's like, damn, don't even, because now they're underwater. He's like, don't even worry about it, just come on out. He got the radio, but good thing number one. Good thing number two, when his girlfriend, Teresa, when she falls overboard, partially because, Martin, the pharmaceutical dude, didn't help her. Like, he just let her fall because he wanted her to die. He didn't want her to call for help on the radio. He jumps in the water. Bro, there are Spinosauruses in the water. There is at least one Mosasaurus in the water. And he just jumps in with the little buoy thing from I'll be ready, Baywatch. Just to go in there, I'll be ready. Dad, Ruben, he gets the daughter Isabel, the youngest, who, it is so funny. This little girl, when they're in the water and they see something, they see sails, and it took me a minute to try to, I'm like, is that dino? There's a dinosaur. There's a sail dinosaur, which was my first Jurassic Park toy. Dino something or other that has a sail. As a matter of fact, guys, y'all know me. I'm gonna do this live. Dinosaurs with sails, because I'm definitely not gonna disrespect that dinosaur. Nope. Dimetrodon. I'm like, do Dimetrodons swim? And the reveal that they are Spinosaurs. And in this movie, because I did my little research, in this movie, they made the Spinosaurs a little bit more bulkier, have webbing on their hands and their feet, making them more crocodilian. And so in this movie, they work very much like nature. They help herd prey so that, the mosasaur eats, but they also get the little bits as well. It's kind of like when, is it whales and dolphins with the bubble nets, or is like whales and the birds come down and pick up some of the stuff as well? We see that in aquatic creatures. Excuse me. Excuse me. So he jumps in with these scary ass dinosaurs. And we get a scene later, which leads to is that one of my others? Is that my favorite scene? I am going to talk about this. This scene. It's not one of my favorite scenes, but I am going to talk about this scenes. And the scene where, they're in the jungle because the family is split apart from the Mercs, and the girls are asleep. And the dad keeps trying to give him props. He's like, man, you went ahead and you jumped in after her. Respect. And he said something stupid. And he's like, honey, it's kind of hard to like him. And she's like, yeah, I was the same way at first. And I'm just like, okay, I get it. You're 17, 18 or whatever. Why? Why are you with this dude? And it's like, don't date somebody that's hard to like. What the? Okay. But later, he goes, hey, man, I was wrong about you. He's like, and I can see what she sees in you. It's just she sees something in them. And he's like, well, she's wrong. That means she can't see me. And the dad gives the talk. And this is one of those emotional points here where he says, hey, we have enough people that shit on us. Don't act in the way that they think you are to lead, to give credence to what they're saying. You're a good person. And they make you care about this kid because he did, without a second thought, jumped in for the girlfriend. You would have, when he was an a-hole not wanting to take the shift, it's very easy to go, oh shit, you're going to die because you're an asshole. But No. He wasn't an a-hole. He was like, he confirmed. He's like, oh no, I am lazy. It's just I'm gonna take this watch, let y'all sleep because situations are different. So there's a guy, Bobby, who shows up because the mercs are they wrangle this guy for was it 10 million more, so 20 mil, right? And he gets this neurotoxin. Of course, you got the doctor who's like, you're not going to use the neurotoxin to kill the dinosaur. He's like, you're going to tell me it's bad to kill a dinosaur? I'm going to tell you it's a sin to kill a dinosaur. And I'm like, mug, if the velociraptor is after me and you got something that may be able to kill it, please, by all means. By the way, these guns kind of look like the pulse rifles from Alien. I'm bringing that up for a reason. But this guy, when they got the mosasaur and the spinosaur, this jackass, I'm telling you about the deaths early. I'm telling you about these real quick. But I'm going to save one for last. This dude just starts shooting the things at them. I'm like, so you're going to rile them up. Because that's what it looks like. It looks like, okay, they're doing a hunting thing and you guys are just trying to get through, trying to get away. And he riles them up. And he eats shit when one just jumps out the water, grabs him, and he's holding on the door, and locking eyes with the little girl. And they do a good job paying this off because she doesn't talk until she meets the corporate sponsor, cute Aquilosaur that you see in the trailer that she calls Dolores. That she doesn't talk until, that thing kind of makes her feel a little bit at ease. But he locked eyes and then he ate shit. He gone. They're all like, oh shit. And you see him in the mouth until you don't see him no more. And it's so great. It's fun. I'm going to say it's funny a lot. The little girl initially, when they see the cells, because I cut myself off early, she's like, that's not a what, is it? And he's like, no, it's not Dad's like, it's not a what. Man, I hated they came back. So you set up earlier that she hate dinosaurs. And it doesn't really, when she sees that's a little dinosaur and she feeds it licorice, looks more like gummy worms, licorice to it, and it's just start following her and it's with her all the way to the end. I don't know how the hell that thing's gonna live when they get to America, but okay. If they're from America, right? But that's one of the weak spots. It doesn't really pay off. It's just like, oh, instantly, but I guess because she's supposed to be a little girl. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the other. So they have to capsize the boat. Marshall Ali's character Duncan, it's his boat. They have to capsize the boat because they got to get away from the mosasaur. It can't swim in the shallows. They all jump off. It's so smart that they pack all the stuff together to push off so it can float. Dr. Man's like, hey, they're amphibious. We gotta get together and leave. And the one girl, Nina, cute girl Nina, was part of the crew. And like she almost falls over once. Hell, Scarjo almost got bitten by the mosasaur. That thing was looking up at her and just like, how? And she gets saved and she makes the shot. This girl, and there was a group of, they look like seniors, but there was a group of seniors ahead of me, and they saw this before I did. She is by herself with this massive ass pack, trying to move it. And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell is anybody else helping? And you see the Spinosaur go into the water. They're still by the beach. So she walks around to the other side trying to push it. And that's when you see, it was messed up. I felt bad for her. Because it reminds me of in the first Jurassic World, remember Bryce Dallas Howard's character's assistant who was helping her punk ass? And she ate shit getting eaten by the mosasaur. Like she carried off by Pteranodon. And a Pteranodon and her eat shit. And I'm just like, bro, that was unnecessary. That was like, she didn't deserve it. She didn't deserve that. Bobby did, because Bobby's an a-hole. But she didn't deserve that. And you hear her scream. You feel bad. Because you just see all the blood and everything. And it just rushes up. CGI is great here. Like, the dinosaurs look good. Some people go, oh, CGI fest. No, it looks good. Dinosaurs look good here. Even the Aquilops, they use part CGI, but they also have puppet models that they use for it. Cool stuff. And what I really like is like The scenes are tense. There's several rules in Jurassic Park movies. The kids will never die. Now, if you want to watch a kid die to a dinosaur, watch Invisible Raptor, the B movie, where a kid dies and becomes Dinosaur Dookie. But in these movies, the kids do not die. I feel like that's a cardinal rule. Maybe Spielberg made that rule. Maybe it's a horror rule. Although I think in the Terrifiers, a kid gets killed. But anyway, the rule. Even though you know, the scenes are still super tense. Just gotta move to my other notes here. What dinosaurs do we see in here? I need to make a note. I have to say what dinosaurs we see. So, not just dinosaurs, but we do see, like, because there's an ancient fish called which is actually called the largest fish, you know, outside of thinking about like Megalodon. By the way, when they're at like the base of operations before everybody gets on the boat to go there, like there's a big ass shark jaw, and it's like, oh shit, that's a Megalodon mouth. Cause you know, he tells the Dr. Loomis, which I love the fact that Duncan likes him. Because the dude is funny and he's different. They even have a conversation in the jungle where, you know, Duncan's like, brother man, Mashahal Ali. He's like, I don't want to die in no jungle. And I just, period. He goes, oh, if I had to pick where to die on a beach with silt, you know, and it kind of slightly covers me. And he's like, well, why? He's like, that's the best chance of me being fossilized. And he just laughs. He's like, you are weird, but I like you. He even makes a joke with ScarJo going, that's our new leader. The what is it here? It is called the Dunklo. This page does not want to load for me. Dunkleo Stetus. Big ass fish. Look it up. It's called the nastiest fish in the water in ancient times. Like scissor mouths. Y'all just scissor mouths. We see that when they pull up fish because they're in this area that's in between, and one of those big ass heads pop up. There's like a tiny teeny pteranodon, which is actually a dinosaur. Give me a second, because they tell me on this thing that I pulled up here, the dinosaurs. Where are you at? Oh, also compies are here. I saw one compy. Compsophonagus compies. Where is that little thing? Nope, not it. Can't remember, but it was a little pterodon thing. I think it was new. Oh, the Anuroganathus. Tiny thing. And Chelosaurs towards the end when Jackass is in the car with the alarm going off. There's the Diplo, the thing that killed Nedry. They don't say it, but there's a parasaur, a dead parasaur. We'll get to that in a minute. What else do we see? T-Rex, Velociraptors, new things like Mutadon, D-Rex, those two new things. Mosasaur, I already told you about. I already told you about Quetzalcoatl. Brontosaurus, but I don't think it's supposed to be a Brontosaurus. It's supposed to be called a Apatapalapadoposaurus, whatever that's called. I don't know. But those are the dinosaurs we see here. It feels like we don't get a bunch of them, but it feels like you get enough of them. Does that make sense? Like dinosaurs have died off, but we don't get a ton of them, but we get enough. I did say let's talk about the kills. The Spino got 2, Quetzalcoatl got 1, D-Rex got 1. Oh shit! Technically, we see D-Rex get 2. D-Rex gets 2 as well. And the almost kills are the Mutadons, the Raptors, and the T-Rex. I don't know if I want to talk about that yet. I did say you see the depth, so fast forward to the bad guy, right? The bad guy gets picked up. By the way, the D-Rex, and I couldn't put my finger on it until I was doing more of my research. It is a mix. It was inspired by xenomorphs and the Rancor from Star Wars. And it makes sense when you look at that bulbous head. It looks like a Rancor. And it has these big ass arms, Rancor arms, 2 big finger, the 1 thumb, but it also has the tiny Rex close to its chest. So this thing kind of walks like that, right? Excuse me. And I saw, you see like an ancient axolotl as well. And I'm thinking to myself, well, some of these things like mutated, because I'd never seen a Quilosaur before. I thought it was like, oh, is this a mix between a ceratops and like an iguanodon or something? Because it was like, biting the leaves and whatnot. But no, we only see 2. We only see 2. I kind of wish we saw like 1 or 2 more hybrid stuff, but I get it. But the D-Rex, when he eats the bad guy, because this idiot tries to run up the back of the vehicle, and this thing just grabs him. Literally, we see him just bite the head and bite the arm off. Just, they do not shy away from shit. Like, it's not zoomed in, but you will see them get killed. Kind of reminds me of Lost World, the sequel, where we see the 2 T-Rexes and make a wish on that guy. Whew, he ate shit too. So I mentioned the speech about, don't shit on yourself. Let's talk about the self-righteous. I call it self-righteous, but the conversation in the jungle between Loomis and Martin, if that's his name, I forget his name, bad guy man, where he talks about, the difference between dinosaurs and people. And you're like, well, we're smarter. Of course we're gonna survive better than them. And he's like, yeah, but we're the only species on the planet that are so smart we kill ourselves off with war and all this other stupid stuff. And he says 99% of things that have been on Earth are extinct. Dinosaurs, even though they're dumb, right? Dinosaurs, though, they're not designed to wipe off their own species. And I'm like, okay, you get a little message in there saying, hey, with the wars. We get another message in there, which is very topical for today's modern age, when they're getting the samples and he's talking to ScarJo saying, how about we not give it to Parker Jen? And she's like, well, why? And he's like, because then they're going to make this vaccine and they're only going to sell it to people that can buy it. And vaccine should be something available for everybody, which I agree. You almost think it comes out of nowhere because the guy, he takes a minute to think about going on this death mission with that Altoid joke, which comes back one other time, which was kind of like, it was only funny a little bit, but whatever. And he's talking to her and he's like, how about we not? You just don't give it to them, right? And she's like, yeah, but I don't get paid. And he's like, do you ever think about anything further? And she's like, yeah, you probably should stop thinking. Just stop thinking, right? And until dude dies, initially she's like, okay, who do we give it to? And he's like, give it to everybody. And I'm like, that's not what she meant, but okay. I do agree with what he was saying. I wish they could have shown him being a little bit more pensive about it, because he's only nervous about going because it's illegal to go and you could die, right? Let's talk about my favorite scene. My favorite scene, you've seen it in the trailers, the Tyrannosaurus Rex water scene, which I'm told comes from the book. I've read a little passage of it, and the scene plays out just like the little passage I seen. Which is, first of all, this scene is amazing because even though I knew it was in the movie, the build up to it, great and intense, and everything afterwards was great and intense. This is a 2-hour movie. I'm trying to make this review between 45 minutes to 50 minutes. I'm sorry, but I got to talk about this. That Tyrannosaurus scene where they all fell down a slope. Dad's leg hurt. He's like, well, we can follow the river, because the Mercs already said, well, there's a small village. There's a helipad there. They overheard ScarJo going, well, did they overhear her going? Well, from what we know, ScarJo, I don't know if they were there. I don't remember that. But she says, yo, I had a backup plan. She makes up and so tells a joke. Marsha Ali tells a joke. She doesn't have a backup plan, and she has a backup plan for when she gets out of bed. And kids, you'll get that later. Anyway, her backup plan is, hey, if we're not, if our signal is lost, I hired these helicopter dudes. So they haven't heard from us. They come down on the second day. They pull us up in the morning. They pull us up, I think, in the morning or whatever, or they pull them out at night or whatever. I forget when they thought they were supposed to come in the morning, but they came at night. They come down. They wait 2 minutes and then they leave. And guys like, well, why 2 minutes? They want to live too, which they did not, because that D-Rex bit the shit out of their helicopter and destroyed it. They did not make it. I digress. The family, the T-Rex scene. So it's a river. And I love how they set it up where initially the dad goes, what's that smell? And I'm like, dinosaur dookie? The little dinosaur is afraid. I'm like, big dinosaur dookie. No. It's a dead parasaur. We see the Dilophosaurus eating from it. It's not big enough to kill it. It is about to get homegirl, but then it just runs off. And in the tall grass, we see rolling over onto its other side a sleeping Tyrannosaurus, which means he just killed that thing later. He just rolls over. And it's intense because the dad is trying to keep everybody quiet and just like, come back. Just come back over. Just come back over. She goes in. She's supposed to grab this boat, but the boat is broken. But there's a life raft. The life raft instructions say open on land. Danger, open on land. It's so funny because I saw it and I said, what happens if she just open it on the water? No, she opens it on the land. But the turn of events, like the raft pops up, blocks her from seeing the T-Rex, which is fully turned towards her, and it wakes up. And when the raft is down, it's gone. And I'm thinking, how do these giant things, like, how can you not see it? Which is the same thing with the Titanosaur, but we'll get to that when I get to the homages part. It drinks the water. They get the raft. It's time to go. And a terror bird catches the Tyrannosaurus's attention, and then it sees them. And just the way it goes towards them, it's not even like, this is the most confident I've ever seen a T-Rex. Mind you, I'm telling you, there's only 2 Jurassic Park movies I have not seen. So maybe there's Jurassic, maybe he's confident in other movies, or she's confident in other movies because all dinosaurs are she's. It is so calm going into the water and it's swimming. And then, of course, it capsizes everything. Just the build up to that, so good. Them trying to escape from it, going down the dad having to swim by it when it's trying to bite him. The little girl underneath the raft. Now, it was kind of a funny part where it bites the raft and the raft doesn't pop. And I heard someone talking about it, and I thought to myself, well, these people are like preparing for just in case dinosaurs do attack them. So if you're going to make some high tech shit, I guess you will make a raft that won't pop. Although in theory, T-Rex should have like the strongest bite force ever conceived. So I'll let it go. I didn't care in the moment because that scene was so good, so intense. I loved it. The second scene, and the only reason, and these things are good because of how the dinosaurs act. The second scene that I liked, when I told you that Ruben gave him a pep talk, he's like, all right, I gotta go. He either said, I gotta go pee, or I gotta take a piss. I don't remember which one. He goes to pee. And I'm thinking to myself, probably should have stayed closer to them. And I was right, because we see in the background Velociraptor 1, Velociraptor 2. And the theater, the people who were in my theater, you guys understand the movie enjoying experience, because everybody's like, oh shit. And I was like, damn, just when we were about to like you. What made this scene fantastic was he kind of moves a little bit, and I like that the raptors are starting to, and it just freezes, and then when he goes back to doing his business, Right before it jumps down, what I thought was a winged dinosaur, the mutadon, which is a mix of raptor and pterodon. I didn't realize that until what I'm realizing is my third favorite scene. Just string of scenes. I'll get to that in a second. Comes down. I guess the one raptor left beats the hell out of this other one. Viscera and all this stuff is just slamming on his face. And he's keeping still. It grabs it, flies off. He looks back, relieves himself. And I'm thinking to myself, it would have been funnier for me if he would have peed on himself. Just saying. All of that just happened. I get, you can't go because this is tense, but all of that would have been crazy. Now, my other favorite thing, again, with the mutadons, is the chase scene, which is, I'm getting into my homages, but it's an homage to that first Jurassic Park here, where they're in like the food area, the kitchen area. They're in this gas station that's broken down, that was on the island, and apparently they nest in the ceiling as well, and they're looking around for a little girl. She goes into a broken down freezer, puts her jacket up so it can't see her, but it sees its reflection. And I didn't realize it was a raptor until you see the claw. So it's a mixture of the pterodon and the raptor. Also, why did they make these mutant dinosaurs? Because interest in the dinosaurs waned. So the park started mixing things together to give people a show. Even paleontologist man, Dr. Loomis, said, 5 years ago, when people were trying to come to the museum, you couldn't even get a ticket. You have to RSVP just to see everything. And now people barely come, right? Because they're about to shut them down, which is crazy. The people shut down museums, which might actually be a thing. It happens in real life. I digress. That scene, the chase that went about with them, Scarjo shooting one, all that was crazy. I also like the reveal of the D-Rex. Now, in the beginning, we only see that bulbous head and those big ass arms, the big ass hands. When one group locks in the gas station, Scarjo and the bad guy are outside underneath the car, and those cars must have been electric. How was he able to start up the car? Well, you know what? The generator turned on everything, so I periodically turn on everything at night, I guess every day for 17 years. So it makes I'm able to suspend my disbelief for that. I didn't even think about it until I'm talking to you guys right now. But okay, no harm, no foul. I'm not too hard up on that. But the other scene with Duncan, Dr. Loomis, and they're in the old lab, and Duncan's going to look for a way to turn on, find a way for them to get to the boat that's at the docks, because the boat's still there. They see it on the camera. They saw it in the schematics. The boat is still there. So they try to go, but everything is broken. So that means the D-Rex got out. But we also see a large hole. It's all misty, and the doctor stops because he sees the legs and the tail and moves by, and it's this mist. He has to stop. He has to make sure the helicopter doesn't leave. It's in the mist. He even sees the body, and he's trying to tell them, hey, be careful. This thing already grabbed it. I love the reveal of it. It is literally a monster, and I love that. It makes you wonder, how are you going to survive this? Again, spoilers, brother man lives. Like, I talked to a couple friends, a couple mutuals that were like, yeah, I think Marshall is going to die. We all thought he died too. And when I say they make you care about them, Duncan's whole deal is, him and his wife, the mother of his ex-wife, maybe the mother of his child, they couldn't reconcile. All they saw was their son. Now, I'm assuming that maybe the son is a lot of context, underlying context they give you, that they allow you to draw your own conclusions. I actually like that. I don't need it flat out explained to me, because you kind of get the feeling that Ruben and the kid's mom are kind of, either at odds, or she just didn't come on the trip because the oldest daughter's like, Mom's never gonna let you watch us again. But Duncan, when Scarjo's talking to him, and I'll get to her thing in a second, he's like, all we saw was our little boy. He even takes a picture of his little boy. They make us like him because his whole deal is he tells the little girl, I'm not going to let anything happen to you. And he's pissed off at the dad. How could you bring them here? That's irresponsible. And Scarjo's like, yo, we both know you're not mad at him. Probably his son died somehow. Maybe he blames himself. But it makes you care about Duncan because every single chance he doesn't see that family, he goes, well, they jumped overboard. We should wait and see if they wash up. And everybody's like, we actually can't stay. We need to just keep moving. Hopefully they know hopefully they went to the town because we told them to go to the town. Smart people. People make smart decisions in here. I like that. People make emotional decisions. I also like that. But even when the little girl might get eaten by the D-Rex, or when she's able to slip through the bars to get them out of the grates and everything, and the D-Rex is right there, and they're like, just run. The little girl pops up. He looks at her and is like, nah, I'm not going to let her get eaten. The doc said it's attracted to light, grabs a flare because the doctor was smart enough to grab extra flares when they poof. He grabs the flare, leads it off. Think he gets eaten? I'm thinking to myself, now, before we thought he died because we saw the flare like glow out. I'm thinking to myself, how come you just didn't throw the flare and then just like hide? And it turns out he probably did that. He probably threw the flare or probably went underwater with it and it went out. And that's how he was able to escape the D-Rex. Because that boat was fast. That boat was faster than it could walk towards them in that water. But yeah. Glad he lives. Scarjo shooting that mutated. And that was a cool scene because she sees it go into the grate. She can hear them talking in there. So she's like, screw it. She already took the bad guy's gun who missed a bunch of times because he took a gun from a dead pilot, still had bullets in it because he was trying to defend himself just in case. She told him, if I found out that you got rid of that girl, that's in later in my notes. It's funny. If I found out you didn't try to help her, we're going to leave you here. So that's why he got the gun. Right. And she so smartly gives him the samples when he asks for it. They subverted my expectation thinking, oh man, it's going to be a standoff and then he's going to die. It wasn't a standoff. It was also older daughter's so annoying though. She is very annoying. Because when she's like, I'm going to kill him, I'm like, he has a gun. Even Dung is like, you don't roll up on somebody that has a gun. What is wrong with you? So annoying. But okay. But Scarjo sliding down, like, I love it. The other thing is looking for them. She slides down, meets them, and shoots beyond them. It's a good scene. I didn't describe the Quetzalcoatl. There was another brother man there. French guy. I believe, was his name Felipe? Hold on, give me a second. I gotta tell you about Felipe. I almost forgot. Laleric? I think that was his name. No, my bad. Philippine was Nina's real actress name. Leclerc, when they're going against the Quetzalcoatl and he's trying to distract it to not, kill Scarjo and Dr. Loomis, the thing climbs up after him, and once they get to the top, because Duncan and Martin are holding the rope, and they find there's a stair path that leads down, but trying to pull him up, we watch this dude flailing as the Quetzalcoatl is trying to swallow him and ends up swallowing him, and I'm just, what a way to go. Already talked about Duncan, probably the best character in this movie, if we're gonna be honest. Scarjo's character, Zora, there, I like that it's not, you kind of get a hint that there's like a little bit, maybe it could be a little bit of romance between her and Loomis. Granted, Jonathan Bailey, I mean, IRL, he's gay. I don't know if they made his character gay as well, but you kind of get a feeling of romance. If not, they have good chemistry together. Could be a cool type of friendship kind of thing. But you can tell she cares about their team members, right? You can tell they've been on many Merc adventures before. Duncan even tells her, she's like, yeah, we're going to get rich. And he's like, yeah, but there's more to life than being rich. And he's like, no, seriously, get out of this line of work and do something like legitimate, because they already lost a friend. What was his name? their friend died. I can't remember his name, but apparently he died in Yemen to a car bomb. And he's like, well, at least it was fast. And she's like, actually, it wasn't. He's like, damn, he ain't deserved that. And she has PTSD on the boat at night before they get the family. We see her just out there. She's crying. She's like, she missed her mother's funeral. He chides her about, like, they have a dark sense of humor, but you sense the camaraderie, and I like that. I also like that outside of us going, she missed her mother's funeral, she watched a friend of theirs die. We understand that she has a lot of deep emotional things going on, and she is involved in work to get money. Easy, simple. You can make conclusions from that. If they choose to do a sequel to this, which, obviously they're trying to do another trilogy, right? You could probably play up on that a little bit more. But she's obviously a crack shot. I like the kind of funny, jokey part where Dr. Loomis is like, oh, I can take the shot for the mosasaur. And Duncan's laugh is so good because then she goes, let me show you something real quick. So you're going to have to hang on over here. And you got to get within, 10 meters of it. And you imagine all that with the wind whipping and the boat moving and that thing looking you in the eye and you're going to sweat. But she's like, but you go ahead and do it. He says, nah, be my guest, right? She's funny. She comes out, her introduction is better than Bryce Dallas Howard's character, because Bryce Dallas Howard's character was made to be a stereotypical girl boss, where she's just like, I am in control and we're not going to shut this down. Your nephews are here. Your assistant ate shit for no reason, even though you were being mean to her. Like, she is, I've watched reviews on that movie and the character. I do not like that character. There's so many, like, Scarlett Johansson's Zora, so much better than that character, especially in her introduction. She's not annoying. She cares about her team. She knows the danger. And even at one point, she goes, we got to move forward. Nothing changes. And Duncan's like, 2 of our friends are dead. She's like, yeah, and we could be next. Nothing changes. The mission still stays the same. We do what we got to do, then we get the hell out of here. And we try to stay alive. She even says, hey, drop anything that you cannot carry all day. You get Frenchman Leclerc dropping what he cannot carry, right? I liked her character a lot. Loomis isn't it. So let's talk about the homages. He is an homage to, I forget the lady character from Jurassic Park. Please do not be mad at me. Give me a moment here. Laura Dern's character, I cannot remember her name, but he's kind of like a callback to Laura Dern's character, where with the Titanosaur, he presses against it, kind of feels it. He even cries because he has not seen and the pharmaceutical guy's like, have you ever seen a dinosaur out in the wild? Not in a cage or on TV. Have you ever seen one? And this is him seeing it. And it's kind of like when she touched the Triceratops. We had another homage, Dinosaurs Rule the Earth, that banner that was in Jurassic Park when the T-Rex, that one, we get that as well. I already told you the homage to the kitchen scene with the mutadons going through the gas station. Do like that they were smart enough to be like, the water, because I guess water was built up in there and it starts draining out after it stepped on a pop and easily popped it. I like that they go, we need to crawl down here, and they crawl down there. Homages, the Diplo spit scene where I was like, oh, it's about to spit in her eye, and it doesn't. The homages are good, especially given that the writer also helped co-write the first movie and the first sequel, Lost World. I love the dinosaurs because the personalities, the confident T-Rex, the sneaky Velociraptor, the mutadons were so damn cool. They were basically dragons. They were literally dragons. Like, they fly once, but they're cool. Like the D-Rex, that thing was cool too. The Mr. Rancor, that was so cool too. With all of this, and I know, I'm sorry, I've spent 54 minutes getting to here. Also, Spielberg was executive producer for this. I like that. And despite knowing who would die and who wouldn't die, I'm giving this movie a 4 out of 5. Like, it's not perfect. It is not Jurassic Park 1. I'll be honest, I haven't seen the last two, but out of every other movie, and I do like Lost World because, you know, I like Jeff Goldblum and the fact that he was down with the swirl. You understand what I'm saying? I like that. This is probably my second favorite, if not third favorite of these 7 movies. This is a good movie. We're coming up. I even asked because some close friend of mine, you probably seen him on the lines, Black Kaizoku. He's like, man, I heard not so good things about the movie. I even asked the ticket person, heard any good things about it? She's like, not really. And I watching this movie, and this must be the month of people just like, oh man, is that a woman? Is that a black person? This sucks. Or I don't know, people, we don't know Jonathan Bailey's character is actually gay or not, but gay person, oh, this shit sucks. Kind of like Ironheart. Cannot wait to do my review of the first 3 episodes going out this week. I am dedicated to at least getting that first episode review out because I got some thoughts because this shit's pissing me off. But this movie, there's nothing wrong with this movie. Do not go into this going, it's going to be Jurassic Park and it's going to be different. It is a Jurassic Park movie. It is a summer blockbuster movie. It is an homage to the 90s. I don't know about middle 2000s, but homage to the 90s. To if you love dinosaurs, if you love science stuff, if you like fun action. The action scenes were top notch because they cut through all of the emotional bullshit in the beginning. It's like the theory in books. Hurry up and get to the good part. And I say, and while they cut through all the expedition in the beginning, you get to where you need to get to. The movie's 2 hours, yeah, but it didn't drag. And that's insane. I did not feel like this movie dragged at all. And it was fun. And I enjoyed myself. I kind of want to give it a 5 out of 5 just because I want to see it again. I legitimately want to see this again. No offense to Jurassic World, the first one. I didn't have a want to see that movie again. The parts I liked was Star Garfield Lord with the Velociraptor thing. That was fun. Gave me some ideas for D&D characters. But I actually want to rewatch this movie. I want to rewatch this movie as much as I watch Lost World Jurassic Park over and over again. I actually watched that third movie a lot too because the Raptors were kings. They built Spinosaur up to try to be better than T-Rex. Y'all did him bogus. Did her bogus. Anyway. Very, very good. Very much a summer blockbuster. In this month of July, where we are getting not just this, but Superman and Fantastic Four. Good eating at the movie theaters. Great. And I heard F1 was good too. I don't know. Do you count that for end of June or early July? I don't know. But this is a good movie. Whatever hate it gets, critics gave it, I think critics are already at 53%. This movie's going to make money. It has $180 million budget. Wait, million or billion? Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a liar here. Billion, right? Billion? Oh, no, million. $180 million. Duh, billions. Super, super big. $180 million. I think it'll get to 210 at least. I think it'll get to 210. I actually don't know how much the last movie made. Give me a moment. Hopefully my chair gives me a moment. Wow, the budget for the first one was 185 to 265, and it made 1.004 billion. This movie will get close. I think it'll at least get 200 mil, if not 400 mil. I don't know if it's going to be shown overseas at all. Don't know if it's going to be shown overseas because China loves Jurassic Park, just like they love Transformers. This movie's good. 4 out of 5. Go see this. It is literally worth your time. I saw the earliest I could because I have other things to do, like giving you a review. So go see this movie. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the movie. Let me know what you thought of this review. Do you like Jurassic Park? What is your favorite Jurassic Park movie? Aside from the first one, what other movies did you like? What's your favorite dinosaur? I like T-Rexes. If I had to think about it, I like T-Rex. T-Rex is cool. T-Rex is my dude with the little arms because I got little arms. So I like T-Rex. and I like ancient Koopas. So let me know what you think. Tell me all this stuff down below. Do not forget, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I apologize for this being this long, but I'm not going to skip out on details. And I got to tell you how much I enjoy this, because this is good. 4 out of 5 for me. You know what? 4.5 out of 5 for me. Love this movie. Go see it. It's good. Until next time, be good, be blessed, drink some water, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes. Please, don't be a jerk. We had too many of those in the world. As a matter of fact, be good to yourself, be good to others, and especially be good to yourself. Talk to someone if you're feeling down and out. Just like Zora was having PTSD and she had a friend to confide in, you have someone to confide in, whether it's a friend, a stranger. Talk to someone. I promise you, there are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. Want to talk to me? Social medias are right there in the description. Go ahead, give me a follow, say hello, be mellow though, and we'll be good to go. Oh, one thing I forgot to say. Only thing that I think that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5 is that the Velociraptors didn't go, remember from the movies? That was their call, like in all the Jurassic Park movies. Was it their call in the first Jurassic World? I love the, oh man, I'm silly. I'll see y'all next time. Watch those Ironheart reviews. Watch that Dan to Dan's reviews. I'm gonna finish those last 3 episodes. I'll catch y'all next time. Life will find a way. Yes.